Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, brothers and sisters. I'm going to continue on with the BYNV series I'm doing with chapter Hadassah or Esther, and we're on chapter 3. Alright, I'm going to start. After these events, sovereign Ahasuerus promoted Haman, son of Hammedatha the Agagite, and exalted him and seated him higher than all the princes with him. And all the sovereign's servants who were in the sovereign's gate bowed and did obedience to Haman, for so the sovereign had commanded concerning him. But Mordecai would not bow or do obedience. And the sovereign's servants who were in the sovereign's gate said to Mordecai, "Why do you disobey the sovereign's command?" And it came to be, when they spoke to him daily, and he would not listen to them, that they told Haman to see whether the words of Mordecai would stand, for he had told them that he was a Yehudi. And when Haman saw that Mordecai did not bow or do obedience, Haman was filled with wrath. But it was despicable in his eyes to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had informed him of the people of Mordecai. Therefore Haman sought to destroy all the Yahudim who were there throughout all the reign of Ahasuerus, the people of Mordecai. In the first month, which is the month of Nisan, in the 12th year of sovereign Ahasuerus, someone cast pur, this is the lot, before Haman from Yom to Yom or day to day, and from month to month, until it fell on the 12th month, which is the month of Adar. Haman then told sovereign Ahasuerus, "There is certain people scattered and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of your reign, whose laws are different from all people, and they do not do the sovereign's laws. Therefore it is not the sovereign's interest to let them remain. If it pleases the sovereign, let a decree be written to destroy them, and let me pay 10,000 talents of silver into the hands of those who do the work to bring it into the sovereign's treasuries." And the sovereign took his signet ring from his hand and gave it to Haman, son of Hammedatha the Agagite, the enemy of the Yahudim. And the sovereign said to Haman, "The silver and the people are given to you." And the sovereign's scribes were called on the 13th Yom of the first month, or 13th day of the first month. And a decree was written according to all that Haman commanded, that to the viceroys of the sovereign and to the governors who were over each province, and to the officials of all people, to every province according to its writing, and to every people in their language. It was written in the name of sovereign Ahasuerus and sealed with a sovereign signet ring. And the letters were sent by the runners into all the sovereign's provinces to cut off, to slay, and to destroy all the Yahudim, both young and old, little children and women, in one day or one Yom, on the 13th Yom or day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar, and to plunder their possessions. A copy of the writing to be made law in every province was published for all people to be ready for that day or that Yom. The runners went out, hastened by the sovereign's command, and the decree. The sovereign and Haman then sat down to drink, but the city of Shushan was in turmoil. I can move on to chapter 4. And Mordecai learned of all that had been done, and Mordecai tore his robes and put on sackcloth and ashes, and went down into the midst of the city, and cried out with a loud bitter cry. And he went up to the front of the sovereign's gate, for no one might enter the sovereign's gate wearing sackcloth. In every province where the sovereign's command and decree came, there was great mourning among the Yahudim, and fasting and weeping and wailing. And many lay in sackcloth and ashes, and Esther's young women and eunuchs came and told her the sovereigness was deeply pained, and sent garments to Mordecai to wear and to take away his sackcloth from him, but he refused. And Esther called Hathach, one of the sovereign's eunuchs, whom he had appointed to attend her, and she gave him a command concerning Mordecai, to learn what and why this was. And Hathach went out to Mordecai to an open space of the city, in the front of the sovereign's gate, and Mordecai told him all that befell him, and all about the silver that Haman promised to pay into the sovereign's treasuries to destroy the Yahudim. And he gave him a copy of the written decree to destroy them, which was given to at Shushan, to show it to Esther and to explain it to her, and to command her to go in to the sovereign to make supplication to him and to plead before him for her people. And Hathach came and told Esther the words of Mordecai. And Esther spoke to Hathach and gave him a command for Mordecai. All the sovereign's servants and the people of the sovereign's provinces know that any man or Asha who goes into the inner court of the sovereign who has not been called, he has but one law, to be put to death, except the one to whom the sovereign holds out the golden scepter, who then shall live. But I have not been called to come in to the sovereign these 30 yomim, or these 30 days. And they declared to Mordecai the words of Esther, and Mordecai commanded them to answer Esther, "Do you think within yourself to escape in the sovereign's palace any more than all the other Yahudim? For if you keep entirely silent at this time, relief and deliverance shall arise for the Yahudim from another place, while you and your father's house perish. And who knows whether you have come to the reign for such a time as this?" And Esther commanded to reply to Mordecai, "Go gather all the Yahudim who are present in Shushan and fast for me, and do not eat or drink for 3 yomim, or 3 days. Layla or Yom, night or day. I too and my young women shall fast in the same way. Then I shall go to the sovereign, which is against the law, and if I shall perish, I shall perish." Mordecai then went away and did according to all that Esther commanded him. Okay, I hope everyone has a blessed Shabbat, and I pray that everyone is in good health and everyone's well-being is good, and I pray that everyone is staying safe and warm, and everyone is having sweet shalom on this Shabbat. All praises to the Most High. Yah bless.